This is New York. This city has about 789 square kilometers. And this is USA, that has almost 10 million square kilometers. It means that USA could contain about 12,000 cities like New York. But let's go further. Planet Earth has approximately 500 million square kilometers, which means that it could contain 52 countries like the USA or over 600,000 cities like New York. Let's compare our planet to our Sun. We can't exactly say how big is the surface of the Sun, but it is almost 12,000 times bigger than Earth's, and the distance between those two objects is almost 150 million kilometers. At such a distance, light would need about 500 seconds to go from Sun to us. UY Scuti is the biggest star in our galaxy. Scientists call it the red supergiant. This star is so big that comparing it to the Sun just doesn't make sense. From this point of view, Earth wouldn't be even visible, and there is no way that I can present the scale in this video. But let's take a look at the distance again. Using kilometers right now is not the best idea, so I will switch to light years. According to Wikipedia, the light year is a unit of length used to express astronomical distances. It is about 9 trillion kilometers or 6 trillion miles. As defined by the International Astronomical Union, a light year is the distance that light travels in vacuum in 1 Julian year. If we wanted to travel to UY Scuti, we would need about 9,500 years, non-stop with the speed of light, which of course is impossible for us. Right now, humans can observe the distance of 91 billion light years, but the cosmos is much bigger. In fact, it is probably infinite. Cosmos started its expansion about 14 billion years ago. Our planet formed about 4.5 billion years ago. And what about us, humans? We are a very, very small fraction of this process. Just a blink of an eye. Carl Sagan, the author of this book, had a great thought on that process, so let me quote him. Look again at the dot. That's here, that's home, that's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner, how frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes. Settle, not yet. Like it or not, for the moment the Earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. Perhaps there is no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another, and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we have ever known. So why am I telling you this? Well, if you look at your life from that perspective, there is no fear that you will fail, or no fear that people will make fun of you. Nobody will remember your mistakes. So don't be afraid anymore and have the courage to achieve great things, and don't settle for mediocrity.